Fast and smooth. That's how OnePlus describes the 7 Pro. I'm not sure if that's completely accurate. I'd say they strapped a rocket ship on the phone and set the thrusters to warp speed. I'm Dave the Phone Guy, and this is my review on the OnePlus 7 Pro. First, let's talk about the price and what you get. The 7 Pro comes in 3 flavors, starting at $699. Here's the breakdown. For $669, you get 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. For $699, you get 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. And for $749, you get 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Currently, there are 2 colors, Mirror Gray and Nebula Blue, with Almond launching in the coming months. There are 4 things I want to talk about: the display, performance, battery, and the camera. The display is absolutely stunning. QHD Plus AMOLED 1440 by 3120 6.67 inch curved display with a refresh rate of 90 Hz. The 90 Hz refresh is amazing. It makes the phone feel silky smooth when scrolling through the screens. You can absolutely tell there's a difference when scrolling through your Facebook or Twitter feed. It's just so smooth, and after using the 7 Pro with this 90 Hz refresh rate, it makes all other phones feel obsolete. With the near bezel-less display, you feel immersed when watching videos, and the colors are captivating, which seem to pop off the display. I would pit the 7 Pro's display up against any of Samsung's best, and I think you would be very hard-pressed to be able to tell the difference. OnePlus also teamed up with Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime Video to bring you HDR10+. This is going to bring the crispiest of pictures to your screen. Now that we're moving at warp speed, let's talk about what's under the hood. The 7 Pro is packing the latest silicone from Qualcomm and a Snapdragon 855. My review unit has 12 gigs of RAM. Not only that, it is the first phone on the market with UFS 3.0, so moving your files around is going to happen quickly. The 7 Pro has a 10-layer liquid cooling system, so when playing games, the phone is going to stay cool and performance isn't going to degrade. None of this would matter if the OS wasn't ready and up to the task. Oxygen OS is. Oxygen OS is OnePlus's take on the Android operating system, which has been optimized to run at full speed without any bloatware. The OnePlus 7 Pro is packing a 4,000 milliamp battery, which on paper seems like it would be big enough to be up to the task. But with the QHD Plus display and the 90 Hz refresh rate, you can almost watch the battery meter run down. I'm averaging between 4.5 to 5.5 hours of screen time each day. This is with normal use. A bit of YouTube, texting, email, and listening to music. I really don't play any games, and I could only imagine what would happen if you load up Asphalt 9 Legends. On the plus side, you do get Warp Charge 30, which can charge you from 0 to 50% in 20 minutes. There are 4 cameras on the phone, 3 rear shooters, and 1 front selfie cam. Here's the rundown. The main camera is a 48 megapixel with a f1.6 aperture and optical image stabilization. There is an ultra-wide 16 megapixel, 17 millimeter, 117 degree angled lens. And the telephoto is an 8 megapixel with 3 times optical zoom. Lastly, the front camera is 16 megapixels. At the launch event, OnePlus's own product manager, Zake Zhang, said the 7 Pro received the 2nd highest ever DxOMark score of 111. Now, I'm not a professional photographer, and overall, the pictures seem to come out nice. My problem is that there seems to be a slight delay when hitting the shutter button to when the actual photo is taken. All the photos come out clear, and I think this is just a software delay, not an actual camera delay, and I'm sure this will be fixed in an upcoming software update. The real star of the show is the pop-up camera. I'll be honest with you, when this was leaked, I was not a fan. I use Face Unlock a lot, and I thought it would just slow things down. But I was totally wrong, and I think Face Unlock works faster than it did on the OnePlus 6T. Everyone that I showed the phone to seemed to like the pop-up camera and wanted to play with it by putting it up and down over and over. It's a good thing they tested the camera and rated it to work over 300,000 times. That's a lot of selfies. Not only that, but they stress tested the pop-up camera by attaching a 50-pound weight and lifting it off the ground. There's also some software magic that if you drop the phone while the selfie camera is up, the phone will detect that it's in free fall and retract the camera. So what do I think? I think the OnePlus, the self-proclaimed flagship killer, just became the flagship to beat. I think they hit a home run, and Samsung, Google, and Apple should be scared. The big three have got to step up their game if they're going to continue to charge $900 plus for their current offerings. I think you should go out and buy one today. Really, this phone is truly amazing, and with a starting price of $669, how can you consider anything else? My name is Dave the Phone Guy, and I say stop everything you're doing and go buy a OnePlus 7 Pro today.